Bears, second game of the road. The Mask makes appearance 2 games in a row. Sabres, 13 goals in 2 games after losing 13 in a row. Live here from the Fatty Beer. Let me get this up.
Woo-hoo! Woo! Live here from the Fatty Beer in downtown Buffalo, 5 Genesee Street. With over 300 beers to choose from, make sure you choose Fatty Beer. Joined here by the manager of the Lancaster location. He has a few things to tell us. And join us here with some Sabres talk, Greg Day Jr. Sabres win 6-2. Alex Tuck hat trick. Hats and palm trees on the ice. Confirmed there was a palm tree on the ice tonight. Yeah. Greg, just your overall thoughts of the performance of the Sabres last 2 games.
When you play 82 games, there's going to be peaks, valleys. No one ever wants a streak like that. Hopefully in 20, 30 games, that doesn't come back and bite us. This team should be a playoff team. Can't lose 13 in a row. Let's hope these 2 wins, 13 goals in 2 games, 2 victories. Let's hope this spawns the next 5 or 6 games in a row. Get back in this. Like you said before, this conference is not that good. I know that sounds crazy to say. There's a couple of really, really good teams, and there's like the rest of the conference. Let's see if we can't get back into this thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
It does sound crazy to say, but this roster, I've literally spoken to this is going to sound crazy, to guys in the league. This team should not be this bad.
No, they shouldn't be at all. Let me bring the mic here close to me. The Buffalo Sabres, granted, this is a team that they absolutely should beat. And they did beat. They beat convincingly. With everything that was kind of at stake after the 13-game losing streak. This was definitely a statement game, in my opinion. Your second line, I don't know how many points they had between the 3 of them, between Quinn, Cousins, and
4 goals.
Yeah, I don't know how many points they had between them, but that was clear as day their best line. Lindy even said it in his post-game comments. Alex Tuck with the hat trick. Beautiful, fantastic performance from him. And getting a hat trick without having to score an empty net goal, which is even more impressive.
Yeah, real.
You know what I mean? It's not just, how a lot of hat tricks are scored.
Yep.
UPL not really being asked to do much tonight. Defensively, they looked great, just like last game. I don't have all the numbers, time of ice in front of me, but I thought defensively they looked fantastic. And that's the players that they've needed to perform and step up. Duane had a great game tonight. I don't know how many minutes. Maybe somebody in the chat could let us know here how many minutes both between him, Owen Power, and Bowen Bryan they all played tonight. But they played some pretty good shutdown defense. They had Chicago less than 20 shots on net.
For me, you just brought this up about a minute ago. You have to beat the teams you should beat. And they're starting to do that again. It's only been 2 games. It's good to see Tuck. That you got guys like Quinn, Cousins, and Tuck putting the puck in the net. You cannot only rely on your, stud Thompson. He's not going to score all your goals. It's very good to see some secondary scoring, if you want to even call those guys secondary. Keep beating the teams that you should beat and get back in this race.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Kind of like that Bills ideology, kind of heading into the season. Everybody eats. That's what it's been like the last 2 games. Everybody's eating. I know you didn't get any scoring from the bottom 2 lines. It was top heavy, but again, they literally they look perfect tonight.
Yep.
You can't really. There's nothing really you can get to complain about their game. Maybe you with a game with that little shots, maybe you want a shutout, but I thought UPL made some decent saves tonight. It's tough for a goalie in that situation too when there isn't just a ton of action. You kind of not get cold, but it's hard to stay in games like that where you're not seeing a lot of shots. You're not active in the game constantly. I have nothing to complain about tonight, Greg.
The big part is if you're going to have 4 days off, people say all the time, get your batteries recharged, all those sayings, and then go out on home ice. Give these fans a 6-2 win. Don't apologize for who you're playing, what the score is. Go out there, get 2 points, and you did that. On to the next game. Let's go.
Yeah. We got here Scary Crazy Man in the chat from YouTube. Darlene with 21 minutes 17 seconds. Power with 20 minutes and 50 seconds, and Byram 21:37.
I love that balance.
Yeah, nobody played over 25 minutes, and that's good for a guy like Darlene, who's obviously probably not 100%, right? Like,
well, you don't want him playing 30 minutes in December.
Yeah,
against
exactly.
The Blackhawks.
We got here from Mauricio, and I got another comment from Mauricio I want to bring up too. ESPN coverage mentioned all night Sabres playing with swagger, confidence, talent all over the ice, crisp passing all night. And I know, Mauricio, I know you love that because that's one of your biggest digs at them is just how disorganized and disoriented they seem a lot. I do want to bring up this comment because I brought this up about 20 minutes ago before the game ended, or 20 minutes before the game ended. Samuelson played well, imposing, active, engaged. I'm shocked. Kid line impressive. What's got into Quinn Cousins? Tuck should have been captain, true leader. Sorry, couldn't attend Swingers pool party. That's a shot at that. That is a shot at my co-host Hurls, who's from California. For all of you that don't know, they have a little love-hate relationship. But no, I love Samuelson's game since he's come back. Like, we watched him soak that puck, like absolutely eat a puck into the legs.
How much money does he make?
Exactly.
Block a shot,
and he has been. I said the last game he played 3 shot blocks, 2 of them on the penalty kill. You know, that's what you need from these guys. I mean, just everybody. Guys willing to lay out and put their body on the line to block a shot.
How much money are you paying Samuelson in general? And it's not to score goals. It is to do what he did tonight. It's good to see. He has to stay healthy. He's been kind of in and out of the lineup.
Yep.
Keep doing what you're doing tonight. We don't need him to
Agreed.
score.
No, you don't. You need him to play defense. And that was like the thinking with him hopefully being healthy and getting back to 100% and getting back to the guy we saw 2 years ago was that that he would be the guy to play with power, you know, to be that stay-at-home guy. And maybe here's another comment, put Samuelson back with Darlene. I don't disagree with that if Bo and Byram can play with Owen Power, because we remember 2 years ago, Samuelson and Darlene were fantastic together.
So if you look at Darlene and Samuelson's game, if you have one like Samuelson and you have one like Darlene, it lets one do the other thing without having to worry about getting back on defense. So if you have Darlene being Darlene, making 11.5.
I think it's 11.5 million. Yeah.
He's not going to be in both zones at the same time. Pair him with someone like Samuelson who can take care of the back end so that he can be up there cooking. A very good comparison to this, in the World Juniors, there's 3 D pairs, and I watch them. They have one offensive D-man with a stay-at-home D-man, all 3 pairs. You let the guy who has the skill go score the goals, make the plays, have a guy stay back.
No, I definitely don't disagree with that.
2-1 Canada.
We just got a score update live here at Fatty Beer. 2-1 Canada. You remember flashbacks, I think. U.S. plays Latvia tomorrow, so it's a little preview. Listen, a little actually off topic. Was it the World Cup of Hockey the last time they were there, or was it the Olympics when Ted Nolan coached Latvia and they almost beat Canada? That goalie from Latvia, like 70 saves.
Was it Latvia?
Somebody in the chat can bring that up.
Yeah, somehow he's a coach of Latvia. I have no idea how he was.
I'm pretty sure he coached Gergensons.
Gergensons is like Gretzky is to Canada. He is to Latvia.
Yeah, in Latvia, man. Yeah. He's royalty there.
Yeah.
But I remember, like, I think Canada scored really late. It might have been World Juniors. I think that, like, Canada scored with, like, a couple minutes left. And Latvia held the lead for a really long time.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yep. Ted Nolan was the coach in 2014. Olympics 2014. All right. We got a comment here from Chris Dirk. Thank you, Fatty Beer, for a great time earlier tonight. Good quality beer. I'm still geeking out over the Tuck hat trick and 6-goal night. 2 goalies. I'm like, good to see Duane Connor. What a night.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you, Chris, man. I appreciate it, bud. Always good to have him. There's no player on our team worth $11.5 million, especially one like him who's been here his whole career and never made the playoffs.
One quick thing here. 361 eyeballs?
361 eyeballs on the show tonight on a Saturday night, which is people are out.
Friday.
Yeah, Friday night. People are out. It's the holidays, so appreciate you guys spending your Friday night, especially during the holiday. Oh, I went to Tapo, and I got a meat and cheese lasagna, and I can tell you right now, like
he's ready for a nap.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. I can sleep right on this table, no doubt. Got some more comments here from Gabriella Arjun. You guys are awesome hosts. I love your page. Big fan. Go Sabres. Arjun, we are a Sabres podcast. We just joined the Built in Buffalo brand. So I think she thinks we're talking about the Bills because we're mostly Built in Buffalo is Bill's brand.
We
but
could talk Bills all night, but
we could. Yeah. It's because this show is the shit. Multi-stream. Yeah, I mean, I would love to. But regardless, let's get back to the game. Now you're moving forward, looking to possibly get your three-game winning streak of the season under your belt. Pulling up the Sabres schedule right now. Yep. Their next game is Sunday, the 29th, against the Blues. Very winnable game.
Is that here or at St. Louis?
I believe that is at St. Louis. Yes, it is at St. Louis. Again, a very winnable game. And then you go to play at the Stars and the Avalanche. PTSD when it comes to the Avalanche.
Yeah.
Didn't we beat the Stars earlier this season?
We did here.
I think we did. We beat the Stars in Buffalo here.
Yeah.
So, maybe we get some deja vu, beat the Dallas. Like I said, there was only like 8 or 10 points separating us from the second wild card spot, which if you think about it, a 13-game losing streak, you would think that gap would be much bigger, Greg, but it isn't. So you can rip off four wins out of next 6 games and be right back in it.
Well, like you said, the Eastern Conference, honestly, it's very top heavy, and it's crazy to think that a 13-game win streak wouldn't put you out of it, but it didn't. Let's string 5 out of 6, 6 out of 8, 7 out of 10. I mean, this roster, it sounds crazy after they just lost 13 out of 15. This roster is too good to be this bad.
I agree.
It just is.
I was very critical of the makeup of this roster. Still am. I still don't think they're deep enough. I think they need, 3. I think you need 3 scoring lines to succeed in the NHL. Hopefully, this line of Kulik, Benson, and McLeod. Hopefully that line can find its way. I know Benson had a goal tonight. From Mauricio, who's your new co-host? He's bright, perceptive, and I'll sign him up. He's a friend of the program, one of my best friends, manager of the Fatty Beer location in Lancaster, Greg Day Jr. Sign him
West
up.
Main.
Say from Brooks, Sabres win, Amerks win on Devin Levi's birthday, nonetheless. Who's absolutely tearing it up in Rochester right now. From Anth, would love to see a trade to help this team, but I doubt anything will happen. Kevin Adams, I believe these guys syndrome. Listen, I mean, again, I would take them at their word. They're probably not going to make a big trade.
Well, here's the thing about trades. Like, they don't just fall out of the clouds. It seems lazy to say takes two to tango, but you can't just make a trade. Their salary cap, there has to be a deal for 2 teams, and there's not a lot of players available right now, especially, like we keep saying it, nobody's out of it, especially now in the season.
Yeah, you're right.
Teams aren't sure if they stink or not, and they're not going to make that trade now because they might actually be okay, or they might, right? Like, these teams aren't sure of what they actually are.
Yeah.
Sellers, buyers, I know that phrase. It's not time for a trade.
No, I mean,
I would love one.
I would love a deal too. And unfortunately, I don't think we're here yet. I think if you're going to see a trade, it's going to be like something around the timeline when Middlestat was traded the week leading into the deadline, on something unless something like falls into, Kevin Adams' lap where it's like I have to do this. I just don't see that
Latvia
happen.
just tied Canada.
Latvia has tied Canada.
2-2.
Holy crap! We could be looking at one of the biggest upsets in World Juniors history.
They were legitimately, in the gambling world, Canada was 8.5 goal favorites.
Wow. Could you imagine if Fuel wins this game tonight?
I mean,
oh my God, Canada would have a meltdown. Does that knock
2
them?
minutes left in the third period.
Does that knock them out of medal contention? Lost to Latvia?
No, it's just game 2 of 4 in the first round. I mean,
Oh my God, I don't know how that works, but
it's not good. Can't lose Latvia.
no, you cannot lose to Latvia. Brian Gianna talked about on After the Whistle in the past about how the leadership group wasn't allowed to do his job with the Sabres when he was playing with the team. I mean, yeah.
We don't know.
Yeah. Well, it's coming straight from Brian Gianna when he was with the team. Yeah. But, I mean.
That was 9 years ago.
Yeah, true.
Well,
Still the same owner, though.
Who?
Where's Terry? When I saw 4-2, Tuck took a penalty, I sensed a little panic. Poor puck man. Both goals, odd man rushes continued. Listen, I thought they played a very solid game start to finish. They didn't give us a ton to complain about tonight. Sure, the second period could have been a lot better, but you won 6-2. Again, you dominated a team you should have dominated, which you did. I'm going to take this. I'm not going to focus on any negatives tonight. I'm going to focus on all the positives and hope that they can beat another team that they should beat against St. Louis on the 29th, bring off their fourth 3-game winning streak of the season, and maybe we'll make it a 4-game winning streak. Again, it'll be a tough task against Dallas, but
I mean,
it's possible.
Let's talk after they beat St. Louis on Sunday.
Agreed.
They beat who they should have beat tonight.
I agree. We're out at 5. Just for those who are asking where we're located right now, we're at the Fatty Beer in downtown Buffalo, obviously our premier sponsor. Greg, do you have something to tell the folks that are some events that are coming up at Fatty Beer?
I do. So, what is today's date? Today's the 27th. So every year, downtown Fatty Beer Buffalo has the best New Year's Eve party in Buffalo. Tickets are available on the website, fattybeer.com. We are 50 feet away from the ball drop. Positive vibes, good beers. Get your tickets now.
Could agree with you more, man. I've been downtown for the Fatty Beer New Year's Eve party. It is a blast. And again, if you watch the pregame show, you saw the wall of beers they have here. The vibes here are immaculate. Even better, positive vibes only. Especially after a big Sabres win. You know what I mean? You get a lot of fans. Place is literally packed to the walls here. Great time, and I think that if you're looking for a good time after a Sabres game, during a Sabres game.
Also, Sabres home games are mango wheat on draft is $5.
I had one of those tonight, and I can tell you right now, it is incredible. I'm not a big drinker myself, but I can drink those all night, no doubt. Craig's laughing because he knows. Listen, sounds like a great time. Get down to Fatty Beer in downtown Buffalo, 5 Genesee Street, for their annual New Year's Eve party. Let them know 2 goalies, 1 Mike sent you. Fuck it, wear your Sabres jersey. Let them know why you're here. But no, it'll be a good time. I've been down here before for that, and again, just great vibes all around. Greg, before we get out of here, you have any final thoughts?
Final thoughts. They beat who they should have beat tonight. They looked good. 6-2. Doesn't mean anything unless you go to St. Louis and get 2 points. This roster, honestly, is too good to stink, to say it simply. Let's see what they do on Sunday. And as always, go Bills.
Yeah, go Bills. I'm going to rip in here to some of the post-game comments from Brian Koziel before we get out of here. So you guys can all, Greg's going to go enjoy the rest of his night. His brother's in town, so they're spending some time together. I'm going to go over here real quick over the box score before we get out of here. In the Sabres 6-2 win. Sabres scoring came 3 goals and no assists from Alex Tuck, a goal and an assist from Dylan Cousins, 2 assists from Rasmus Dahlin, a goal and an assist from Jack Quinn, who seems to have his game back. Talk about Jack Quinn here in a second. Zach Benson with a goal, Bowen Byram with an assist, Sam Lafferty with an assist, Ryan McLeod with an assist, JJ Paterka with an assist, and Tage Thompson with an assist. Ukko Pekka-Luukkonen with 15 saves on 17 shots against. Wasn't asked to do much tonight, and he played well enough to win, so that's all that matters. Jack Quinn, a guy that a lot of eyes were on, a lot of focus was on coming into this season. Will he be healthy? Can we get him to that ceiling or the start of that ceiling that we expect him to be at, because we drafted him to be a bona fide goal scorer. And he just clearly hasn't been that since start of the season. Had 1 goal on an empty net in the first 20 games. But recently, I want to say he has 3 or 4 goals in the past handful of games. He's just been incredible. We saw again his quick release on the goal on the pass. I want to say it was from Dylan Cousins. I think he was almost kind of falling down as he took the shot, just blew it by Mrazek. And just how can you be unhappy with this play as of late? And if this is the start of the Jack Quinn we've been waiting for the rest of the season. He genuinely does give this team a chance to make a run because he adds the depth that they desperately needed. He gets that second line really rolling, as you've seen in the last handful of games. Like even the Boston game that they lost, I thought that that was their best line. They've been playing very well tonight. Easy and regardless of the Tuck hat trick, I thought that the kid line was their best line. Lindy even said it, in his post game comments. I think that really start feeding them some more ice time, giving them more opportunities. We need Tage to do more, but while he's not doing more, the fact that we see guys like Cousins, Tuck, and Paterka, I know Paterka didn't score tonight, but got your younger guys are stepping up and filling in that gap, left by Tage, who, has been kind of not want to say cold, but just really quiet over the last handful of games. Regardless, from Mauricio, for a good time, call Hurls. He's in the Cali Bleach Blonde Beach Curls pool party organizer. Actually, Hurls is in Buffalo tonight, Mauricio. I know you weren't on with us earlier. We did a pregame show, episode 175, live again from here from Fatty Beer. And he was here. We actually recorded for the first time live in the same room together. Unfortunately, you missed it. If you want to go back and watch episode 175, you can check it out. And also, guys, I reinforce this every single time I come on live. I can't express enough how much I appreciate you guys always coming on, being here, celebrating the highs and the lows with us here at Two Goalies One Mic, me especially when I'm riding solo. So just do me a favor. If you're watching on YouTube, please smash the like button, hit subscribe, hit that little bell notification so you get notified whenever we go live. If you're watching on Twitter, make sure you give us a follow. You can find me at Duane S39. You can find Connor at CHurls13, or you can find us at Two Goalies One Mic. You can find that on Instagram and Facebook as well. If you're an audio only guy, please follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. Just search Two Goalies One Mic. Not hard to find. All the support you guys give us, it means the world. It really does. So please make sure that you do all that. Just help support the show because it helps us with the algorithm. It does go a long, long, long way. So please make sure you do that. I am going to step out. I forgot. I got to read the Brian Koziel comments. So I lied. Brian Koziel in the post game, reading some of the comments here. Let's see. Tuck was the first player I talked to. Not shocking. I thought only giving up 2 shots in the first period showed our willingness to play defense. Says the defense tonight and against the Isles were what sparked the offense. Again, 2 of the best games defensively they've played all season were tonight and against the Islanders. Tuck on Rasmus Dahlin. He's been playing unbelievable. He makes it really hard on the other team. He makes the other team's defense panic. He's not giving up anything. He's our leader. He's going to propel us to play the right way. Tuck said he heard the crowd chanting 7 goals and said that it's always a good sign. Says he was appreciative of the support. Cousins said that they started off a game simple. It leads to good things. Says that they didn't get nervous when Chicago started to get back into the game. Then they were really talking on the bench and sticking with the game plan. Cousins says they need to keep playing good defense and it will lead to better offense. Lindy on Dahlin says the first period he was a one-man breakout machine. Says resting him against Boston proved to work. He's feeling physically at his best this season. Lindy says the PK after Chicago cut it. Says the PK after Chicago cut it to 4-2. It was an important moment of the game. That came, I think, the Samuelson the big shot block by Samuelson. But yeah, I agree with all those comments. Team defense led to offense against the Islanders, and it led to that tonight. So. Hey, guys, I just want to thank you guys all for stopping in. I know we're still shorter post game here, but I'm out, with family and friends, and I want to enjoy the night. So, but I would never, ever, ever fail you guys on being here for a post game. So remember, this is brought to you by Fatty Beer Company, Western New York's premier market and tap room with over 300 beers to choose from. Make sure you check out Fatty Beer. I am Duane for Two Goalies One Mic, and I'll hang up and listen. You guys have a great night. Enjoy your weekend. Happy holidays, and I'll see you in the new year. Well, right before the new year. And as always, Go Sabres.